Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today and this is Astha Chopra. I'm at BSE. We are joined in by Mr. Ashutosh Singh, who is the MD and CEO of Asia Index. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and many congratulations on your big announcement. But we would like to hear the big announcement from you. Can you please tell me what is the big announcement and how will it help the industry in coming years?
Thank you, first of all, for talking to me. So today, what we've endeavored to do is we've expanded our family of factor indices. We've launched 4 new factors, which is enhanced value, volatility, momentum and quality. And this is on the expanded universe of 500 stocks. So while we have these 4 factors on the 250 universe, with this launch, we have basically expanded the universe from 250 to 500. So these are the 4 launches that we've done, and we've tried to introduce many new elements in this launch. So for the first time, we are going to manage these indices, these factors, on a quarterly schedule, meaning thereby that the reconstitution of the portfolios will happen every quarter. This, we believe, will help us stay true to the factor signals and capture the factor signals in a more timely fashion. So that's one endeavor we are trying to achieve with the quarterly reschedule. And as we've expanded from 250 to 500, liquidity also becomes an important constraint, as liquidity also becomes an important condition as you have small caps also coming into the portfolio. So there are a whole lot of liquidity screeners that we've put in place to ensure that the stocks that come into this portfolio are highly liquid, available for trading on every single day on the exchanges. So that's another thing that we've introduced in with the launch of these factors on 500 universe. And as we've also increased the number of stocks from 30 to 50. So our large mid runs on large mid universe and there are 30 stocks selected. This one runs on 500 and there are 50 stocks selected. So we have reduced the upper cap from 5% to 4% in these launches. And at the same time, we've increased the buffer from 20% to 40%, meaning thereby an existing constituent will continue staying in the index as long as it doesn't fall outside the top 70 on every reconstitution.
Absolutely. So, sir, how are you planning to focus on mutual fund industry? Because hereby in your conference also you suggested that you will be focusing on the industry. How going forward, what are your strategies to accompany all of them?
So I think the 2 cornerstones of our product strategy since the time we've started operating as a wholly owned subsidiary of BSE, which was June last year. So you can actually think of this as an anniversary launch. Since the time we have taken over the operations, our cornerstones for our product strategy are pretty much the same. One is the voice of the customer, and that's a tradition and ethos that we have inherited from our exchange and from the top management in the exchange. So we engage very actively with all the market participants, not mutual funds alone, with even the insurance companies, the PMS providers. So voice of the customer becomes very integral to what we do in our product strategy. That is obviously evidenced in the product launches. And at the same time, we also do some internal research. So these factors, basically these launches have happened on the back of 2 drivers. One is obviously the voice of the customer, which is extremely integral in whatever we do in the BSE ecosystem. And secondly is also the trends. So in the last 5-6 years, we've seen that as a new crop of investors, especially the millennials and Gen Zs, have started participating in the markets. We have seen that there is an uptick in the factor-linked AUM. So from, let's say, 100 crore AUM in the last in 2019, today that AUM of factor-linked indices has gone up to about 40,000 crores, which clearly tells you a thing or two about how the new kids think. They want the advantages of passive in terms of low-cost structures, in terms of full transparency in the portfolios. But at the same time, they also want to seek those excess drivers of returns. So thereby bringing in some active element, which is what the factors at their very core try to do, right? They try to seek out drivers of excess returns. So these are the things that have led us to launch these 4 factor indices. The trends the last 5-6 years with especially the new crop of investors coming and taking to the markets very aggressively, and also the very integral portion of voice of the customers.
Of course. Before I let you go, Mr. Singh, I just wanted to understand in coming years, what will be your strategies? Are you going to introduce more of the indices? I just want to know briefly what is your idea?
I think the cornerstone of our strategy is fairly immutable, meaning thereby voice of the customer will be a very important driver for what we do in terms of product innovation. And at the same time, we'll obviously do our own internal research, try to identify gaps in our product offerings and plug those gaps with innovative offerings. So we have a combination of these two approaches. So for example, there are many things that we launched through an inward-looking approach. For example, Next 30, BSE Sensex Next 30 was an example in that direction, where we launched the index and then took it to the market. And as we speak, there are 2 mutual funds that already have products on these. BSE 1000, our first 1000 stock index also was an endeavor where we looked at the white spaces, the gaps, and launched a index that makes sense for the markets today. Sector leaders, again, BSE India sector leaders. So it's going to be a combination of these two things, where we do our own internal research and at the same time also very attentively listen to voice of the customer.
Well, that was some lovely insights, and many, many congratulations to you again, and thank you so much for speaking to Business Today,
Thank you so
Ashutosh.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe. If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.